What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relay reverse rants. No hate. Salute Anthony Joshua. Salute Wallin. Now, let me start this video by saying I'm going to address what happened in the ring. I'm going to address these hating ass, want to see people fail type, very immature, ignorant people out of there, and I'm gonna also address these hypocrites. Okay. And you so-called experts. First off, it was said that Anthony Joshua's washed up. He hasn't been the same since he lost to Andy Ruiz. He'll never be the same. He's going to retire a bum. He's a bum. He's overrated. And okay. Now, you know, it just became overkill to keep hearing this whole, oh, he hasn't been the same since the Andy Ruiz. Yeah, we know that he showed differences and he never got quite back to being the same guy. Now, I always said I'm not going to write him off or any fighter off until I see that they just can't change. But I watched him fight Usyk. I watched him lose to Andy. I watched him come back and dominate Andy in a rematch, which is something people never seem to want to ever mention. They always act like the first fight is the only fight between him and Andy. Okay. Secondly, when he fought against Pulev, no, he didn't go in there with that destroyer's mentality to just, no, he was cautious, but he won. He hurt him. He even made him run and turn his back, and the ref still let the fight go on, but he ultimately got him out of there. Now, I watch him, and that's the thing, he won. Okay, but they make it sound like he was in there getting battered and getting beaten and just hung on. And no, but he won. And up until that point, Pulev had only had one loss to Klitschko. Okay, but I watched him fight Usyk, fight the wrong strategy, because he's just not sharp enough, because he doesn't believe. That's the thing. It's not his skill set. It was here. His mentality of just not being sure of himself. Okay? I watched him fight the rematch and do way better in the rematch, but still came up short. He did better, but came up short. I watched him fight Jermaine Franklin, and I watched him win damn near every round. I didn't see a round that I gave to Franklin. And I said, okay, and I'm watching. Still the killer instinct isn't there, but I'm watching. I'm like, okay, I'm watching him do some things, but I'm watching him be cautious, but he's not scared, he's just being cautious. Okay. I'm watching him fight. Every fight that he's having, I'm watching him. I'm watching him fight Robert Helenius. And I'm seeing him. He's not scared, but I see him trying to put the pieces together. But you see improvements in things. I'm seeing different things. I'm not seeing him just do the same thing, but I'm seeing him being cautious. So people are overlooking the little subtle changes because they're so busy focused on what he used to do. But the same people, the haters, used to deny how good he used to be. So now, Wilder knocked him out in one round. Okay, blah, 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 this and this. It took AJ all night. And okay. Now, that being said, I'm watching him last night. And this is the most complete he's looked in a long time. But I seen a complete AJ last night. I watched AJ go in there and dominate from the first round to the last one. And yeah, he never let Otto Wallin get a lead in the fight. He kept the jab in his face. He kept moving in. Let me show you something that he was doing last night that I watched him do better than he did in the fight against Pulev. I watched him, what he was doing, because he's working off of his jab and he's throwing everything off of his jab. Now, when you watch him, being that Wallin is a southpaw, I'm watching him. He's fighting. He has his lead foot, his left foot, outside of Wallin's lead foot, which is the right foot. I'm watching him as he's coming in. He would step in with his jab. He would feint, right? To see what Wallin was going to do. He would feint. Then I would watch him step in, step again, boom, right? He's popping the jab out, but it's a power jab. I'm watching him do little things. Lower his lead hand when he's at a certain range. You know, and as he's closing, he would feint down, he would step down. I'm watching. He was able to get the jab off. He was able to land the right hand, and even he was missing by a little bit, it was getting closer. So he knows it's getting harder for Wallin to telegraph that shit. Remember, he knocked Wallin across the ring a couple of times. You remember, I think it was the 5th round, was it? 4th or the 5th round, where he did the same thing, and I'm watching him, and he steps in, and he comes in with the jab, he steps, shoots the jab, shoots the right hand, but this time he comes back with the left hand, with the left hook. Bow! Knock Wallin across the ring. There's other things he was doing in the middle of all that, but I watched him when he was doing that same shit against Robert Helenius. If you watch him, he was having his left foot outside, but what he was doing when he was stepping in, it was just jab, right hand. And Wallin, being taller, was able to see that shit coming and was leaning back and was getting out of the way. And it took him a little while, but he finally landed that right hand. And you see it only took one. And Wallin went to sleep. AJ punches hard as fuck. I'm watching his shot. I'm like, yeah, he put the fear in Wallin from the first round. See, Wallin talked a lot of shit. You're fighting a guy that you say is broken. You're fighting a guy that you say is mentally weak. But you went in there and you didn't put pressure on him and fight him the way you think that he couldn't handle. You tried to outbox him. And basically, AJ showed, yeah, I can fucking really still box. I just have to get there on my own. With the training, with the help of those people. Not by you requesting it, talking shit on videos and comments and all of that. And people sit there doing these podcasts and all of this. But AJ beat the fucking confidence out of Wallin. Wallin looked mediocre. Wallin looked good against Fury. He went 12 fucking, went the fucking full distance with Fury. Went the distance with him. Cut him and hurt him. AJ made it look so easy. A focused AJ shows you he's a dangerous fucking problem. He is a problem for any of these dudes. I said the old AJ beats all of these guys. That AJ that we seen last night can beat all of these guys. So the reality is, as far as, now I watch him, he wasn't throwing 6-7 punch combinations. No, he don't need to. He did that back then, and it put more fear in people because he can punch and he has hand speed. Now what he's doing is being strategic. But what he does is once he gets you hurt, he gets you buzzed, then he'll jump on you. But there's no need to go batshit crazy. Nah, we good. This AJ, what you saw last night, is what he's been working on. That's what he's been trying to perfect, to be that boxer puncher. That's what he's been trying to do. He's always been a boxer puncher, but he's being more of a slick boxer. You know, he's a thinker. You can see now he gets it. He's been taught well. He's been learning and taking this shit in. So you see he takes it serious. Ain't it funny how you see Otto Wallin was no big name when he fought Fury, but he gave him trouble. So Fury fans want to pump Otto Wallin up and say he's a good fighter, very good fighter. In the boxing community in general, you hear them say Otto Wallin is a very good fighter. Like, all different people. So how is it all of a sudden now he loses to AJ? Oh, he's not that good. No, it just shows you how good AJ can be. Now, Anthony Joshua, he looked ready, he looked confident, and he looked determined. He did what he was supposed to do. For all of the people that was writing him off and saying he ain't shit, he this, and this, I'm going to tell you where the hatred is coming from. The majority of those people are Tyson Fury fans and more importantly and overall, Deontay Wilder fans. For all of the people that said, see, that fight should have been Wilder versus AJ last night instead of, yeah. They didn't say that last night. They were saying this all before. I know y'all glad that shit didn't happen. Because now y'all know AJ would have knocked him spark the fuck out. What gets me laughing is a guy that you highly praised that went there, cut, and hurt Fury. Anthony Joshua manhandled, beat him all around the ring, made him quit. Yeah, the corner said the fight was being stopped. You see Otto Wallin's body language, you see his face. He didn't want to fight no more. And that body shot that AJ caught him with right on the bell, yeah, he was hurt. He didn't want to go out there. He got his nose broke, his face was all busted up. He didn't want to fight anymore. You could see that shit. I said to my cousin, I said, nah, you don't want to fight no more. And I didn't necessarily mean he was about to quit the very next round, or whatever, but I knew it was like, nah, he don't want to fight. I said, unless something goes terribly wrong, AJ break his hand or some crazy shit happen, he's getting beat the fuck up. He don't want to fight. I mean, look at him. And my cousin was like, yeah, I see that shit too. And next thing you know, he didn't come out to start the 6th round. There was no protest from Wallin. Wallin, he was not hesitant. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to keep fighting. He was done. He beat him into submission. Those shots was heavy that AJ was landing. Those were some heavy shots. When I watched the fight, and I'm sitting there looking, because I was doing a video, the Wilder Parker video, and I came back inside and, but let me explain something to you guys. You see, when you are a puppet, a robot, and you go with the popular saying or the popular way of thinking, and you think that, people kept saying that nobody in the heavyweight division other than Fury can beat Wilder. You didn't hear nobody talking about Wilder's age, the fact he hasn't been in the ring for a whole year, like this was going to cause him to lose. No, it was more like this is going to be a testament to his greatness because he's still going to knock Parker out, and he didn't. And basically, like I said, Wilder can't box for shit. When he starts to fight against elite fighters, you're going to see how limited he is. I already saw it. We already know this. Mark Breland already said the guy doesn't listen. Then he gets a bum-ass trainer in Malik Scott. But yet, guys like Max Kellerman and certain other people always want to say how Malik Scott was a terrific fighter. When? If you're a terrific fighter, you shouldn't have the record that he had and lost to the guys he lost to. And you go hire him. Why? You guys are friends and like bros. Okay, right. So pretty much he's nothing but a fucking yes man. Please show me any urgency in Deontay Wilder's corner coming from him or Malik Scott. Malik need to let him know, man, I need you to get in this fight. This fight, Parker is winning this fight. You need to get in and catch up. You don't want to get to the point where you have to have a knockout to win. And I never even heard him tell him that. And what really made me laugh was at the end of the fight, Wilder had the nerve to raise his fucking hand, shaking his head like he think he won. And even when the guy said, did you think that you did enough to win? Yeah, and then he talked about how his timing was off and everything. Listen, guys. When you try to kick a man when he's down, and you think that, you're trying to make yourself look good. When you talk about how this guy was overrated, I told y'all he ain't what y'all think he is, so there's no need for the fight. But then you turn around and want to make excuses and lies up. Like, people, you see when Wilder says shit like, when he says things like, Anthony Joshua, I wish you nothing but the best. It's good seeing him again, being in the same room with him. And you see how Anthony Joshua was staring right at Wilder's face when he was talking, right? And you notice Wilder kept saying little, just add stuff to it, like, and AJ's not smiling, he's not looking for, he's just staring at Wilder. Then you got people in comment section saying goofy, stupid, delusional shit, talking about, yo, they've been in the room all this time and AJ won't even look his way. What is he supposed to be sitting there attracted to him or something? No. When he starts talking and addressing AJ locked eyes with him and never, ever lost eye contact, right? He did all this, and then, man, I wish them were the best, man, and he's looking and AJ still not responding, like, he's just staring at him. And then he goes, even if the fight don't happen, man, I wish them were the best, but I think it will. Like, now, who sounds nervous to you? And AJ just staring at him. And as soon as Wilder stops talking, look at AJ's face. He just turned like, as if, man, I hear all this shit you be talking about me. Now you sitting here in front of me and you got nothing tough to say, which is what I brought up before. And see, at the end of the day, Wilder's sitting there doing interviews saying all this tough shit after he's not face-to-face. See, that's the thing. He has nothing tough to say when he's face-to-face with AJ. It's just when he's doing interviews. When I stood next to him on that stage, he was terrified of me. I could see it in his eyes, and like when they come to fight me, like he don't want to fight me, all this shit he's saying. Like, man, you are about to get in the ring with Joseph Parker, and all you talk about is Anthony Joshua. And your fat cheeseburger eating fucking buddy, your other little playmate, Jarrell Miller, same thing. He's not talking about Dubois, he's talking about AJ. Ain't it funny that the two biggest mouths in the room got their asses whooped badly, both of them? So my thing is, when I'm listening to him say all this shit, then he brings up he said he wanted 50 million, so we offered him 50 million. Nah. AJ didn't ask for 50 million. That's a complete lie. And the person that was talking to Anthony Joshua was talking about money and was saying, like, if they offered you like 50 million, shit, he offered me 50 million, we could fight tomorrow. But you know what he never says either? Why does he never explain why they pulled this, we got 50 million, and if no negotiations, take it or leave it? Why he never bring that up? Why he never mention the fact that he turned down 120 million guaranteed from the zone? But he and Shelly Finkel both admitted that the reason why they didn't was because that fight is easy $300 million fight, and they wouldn't tell them how much AJ was making, right? He admitted that. Why did they never bring that shit up? Nobody made you turn that fucking DAZN fight down. You turned it down. That bullshit fake 50 million shit with AJ was some bullshit. Who the fuck does that? Tyson Fury adopted that same bullshit mentality. Take it or leave it. You only have 24 hours or 12 hours and that's it and whatever. Right, no negotiations. We'll just take the fit. No. You talking to a man that was making like 1.5 million per fight. Now all of a sudden you got 50 fucking million. But his minions and himself are delusional. They won't bring those things up. So at the end of the day, and it's like, it's just like a new kind of stupid nowadays. So with all that being said, and he's terrified of me, but then you shake his hand, you smiling, take your other hand and touch it, and you're trying to be, and AJ just kind of staring at him and then just turns away, and he's fighting Otto Wallin. He's not fighting Deontay Wilder. He's not fighting Jarrell Miller. So when you guys are saying he was scared, he don't want to talk about Wilder because he knows that Wilder's going to knock him out, all of this shit, I don't hear nobody talking about Wilder's age. I don't hear nobody talking about the fact he ain't fighting in a year. So fucking what? Jamal Charlo didn't fight in 2 years and came back and looked like he ain't lost a fucking step. I ain't hear none of this fucking shit about no injuries, no Deontay's enjoying his life. It's like he's content with life right now. I just feel like maybe he don't really want to fight. He don't have that hunger like he used to. But yeah, I know anything other than Joseph Parker was just a better man. Because if that fight, like I said in the last video, would have went exactly the way it did, and let's just say Deontay Wilder was able to knock him out, all you hear is this is how great Wilder is. You can be behind, he can be behind the scorecard, he could be winning the fight, doesn't matter. Bottom line, once he hits you, it's over. They try to act like you think that him and Fury was split one win a piece or something like that. No. He was gifted a draw and got his ass kicked twice. It's funny to me because Wilder talked shit. Miller talked shit. AJ had nothing negative to say about neither one of them, even after his win. He said, I could tear into Wilder right now, all the stuff he said, but now I'm going to take the high road. He basically said Wilder came up short, but he thinks he's still a threat, and now he'll be back to fight another day. And he said the same thing about Miller. Neither one of them had nothing good to say about Anthony Joshua, and I'm pretty sure they're both sour that he won. And I'm pretty sure all Wilder fans is all the hating ones anyway, is glad. Is pissed off and mad that AJ won because Wilder lost. And the fact of the matter is, Anthony Joshua a long time ago said, look, I'll fight Wilder even if he loses. If I lose, I'll fight him for a belt. I'll fight him without a belt. I want to fight Wilder. Yeah, I want the fight. Wilder, got his ass whooped. Let's just say it like it is. And basically, Wilder was supposed to fight Andy Ruiz because he won his title eliminator. But no, he don't honor that. He's saying Ruiz overpriced himself. Yeah, okay, right. But yet, yeah, you guys make so much money, but you want to be a penny pincher. Okay. Pretty much, they were both PBC. So that fight should have been easy to be made, right? Oh, I'll knock him out in 2 or 3 rounds. 3 or 4 rounds, I'll knock Andy out. Okay. He said the same thing about Joseph Parker. He's going to knock him out 3 or 4 rounds. Said he'll knock AJ out 3 or 4 rounds. Ain't that what he said? Yeah, that's exactly what he said. But Deontay Wilder saying all of that. Anthony Joshua, he won his fight. So he held his end of the bargain up. He was able to win his fight. Now, for Deontay, he doesn't honor his mandatories unless it's somebody he feels he can beat, right? Like when Dominic Breazeale was washed up, slow, basically beat the fuck up, just done as a fighter. That's when he fights him. Bermane Stiverne was his only other mandatory. Now check this out. For Wilder, right? That fight with AJ would simply be, if it was to still happen, okay, AJ can say, now I fought everybody. It's just Fury. Now, and of course Fury. Okay, but for Wilder, it will be the same thing, only it's going to be excuses after AJ knocks him the fuck out. Like I said, they was going to make excuses. I said, look, when Fury beat him in his next fight, they're going to say the reason that Fury won was because Wilder wasn't the same due to Fury cheating in the first 2 fights. Isn't that what they said? These predictable, fucking readable people? Yeah. And I told you, the next person that beat Wilder is going to be, oh, Wilder's not the same. He's 38 now, whatever age he's going to be. But like I told you, isn't that what they're doing? Now all of a sudden he's an old man. Now all of a sudden, oh, he's content with life because he's rich. Okay, so is AJ rich, but you saw that hunger in AJ. AJ didn't lose the hunger. He lost that self-confidence and belief. That's what he lost. And in terms of comparing money, AJ, while the money he made in this sport can't touch the money that AJ's made in this sport. Now, I don't care, don't care what he's doing outside to make money. That's his business. Same way AJ's making money outside. So the point is, here's a guy calling AJ mentally weak and broken. You got so much to say about AJ. All this shit that he's talking, you got in there and you lost the fight. AJ won his fight. And you don't, like I said, you don't want to fight Andy Ruiz. You told everybody you spark him out, you spark out, Parker, and you prove to be a liar, right? Now, let me explain something to the people that's saying, like I heard idiots talking about, oh man, they gonna give AJ the easier fight. The easier fight? What the fuck you mean, stupid? Anthony Joshua beat Joseph Parker 5 fucking years ago, dumbass. So how did he give him an easier fight? And for Otto Wallin, see, he was ranked number 1 by the IBF. Okay, well, number 2. Philip Urkovich is number 1. AJ's number 3. So what AJ did, nah, I'm not gonna just be put in the position. I didn't ask to be put in the position. So everybody said I have a problem with southpaws, right? Okay, Wallin's a southpaw. Well, the IBF has him ranked Okay? That's number 2. I'm number 3. I'll fight Wallin, no problem. And the fact of the matter is, most people thought Wallin was going to beat AJ. AJ just don't have it no more, and he's not able to, let his hands go, and he's not this, he's not that. That's what everybody was, the majority of people were saying. They thought Wallin was going to win. Now check this out. Southpaw, ranked number 2 by the IBF. AJ's ranked number 3. Guess what? What's the guy named? Barack Gassi? Something like that? Well, Wallin beat him. He beat Gassi in the title eliminator. Do you understand that? He beat him. So guess what? He fights AJ. AJ's fighting for that spot. Why? Now when I fight Urkovich, I beat the guy that was ranked number 2. So now I'm number 2. So now Urkovich is number 1. So now when we fight, it's number 1 versus number 2 ranked for the IBF vacant title. And that's what AJ did. See, but the reason why people are trying to attack, they gave him the easy, they didn't give him shit. See, it's because y'all wanted Wallin to win. And here's the crazy part. Wilder fans didn't want to see AJ win. Even if Wilder did win, they still wanted AJ to lose because they just want to be able to say, AJ, see, he can't fuck with Wilder. He can't touch him. He don't deserve to fight him. But see, no. And Sean Porter, Roy Jones, Paulie Malignaggi, Max Kellerman, all these motherfuckers are eating crow right now. All these motherfuckers was picking wrong. Y'all keep continuing to call these people experts. They no experts on nothing. They just people with opinions. Tim Bradley, all the motherfuckers. All the shit they say. Yeah. The AJ Wilder fight ain't gonna happen because AJ gonna lose to Wallin. Wilder's gonna handle business. There's no way. Parker's not the same fighter. You seen his last fights. You seen what he did to Joyce. Joyce took too much out of him. And, Parker just, he just doesn't have it, man. And I can't see him taking them right hands from Wilder. And the fact that, Joe Joyce was able to hit him and Wilder's way faster than Joyce, blah, 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 right? I know. They know so much and they was all dead wrong. You know who kept the same story? Yeah, Aries. You know whose prediction was right? Or who? No, let me not even say predict. Well, what Joseph Parker predicts, I won money on that fight, but him and Wilder. But you know whose logic stands up and makes sense? Aries. So, like I said, I can't guarantee you what the fuck somebody's gonna do because I need to see consistency in guys, and even in that, everybody's not the same. So it's still it's different guys are gonna bring a different challenge. And so, like I said, when you put yourself through the test, then you can see that it sounds all good and easy to tell somebody that they're gonna do this and that, but then when the time comes and they have to prove it, and it's like, they had a bad night. But if you don't like that fighter, he's overrated and he sucks. For all the people saying that Wilder was exposed last night, he wasn't exposed last night. Wilder was exposed years ago. Because Wilder showed you, I only know how to win a fight with my right hand. I don't know how to do much of anything else. I have no footwork. I have no ring IQ whatsoever. I do not know how to set traps. I do not know how to really, just like, if Wilder catch you slipping, he'll let the right hand go. But bottom line, he doesn't set the right hand with nothing but jab right hand, or he just throws the right hand. When he throws body shots, he throws one punch at a time. Any other punch is just one punch at a time. He doesn't throw combinations. Okay? Wilder fought the whole fucking strategy wrong against Parker. He should have been trying to walk Parker down and back Parker up. Work off a power jab and back, but he doesn't have those type of skills. The fact that he came in 214 told me he wanted to run all night, and that's all he did. He got on the back foot. Wilder fought the same type of fight, tried to fight the type of fight that AJ fought against Ruiz in the rematch. But yet, he talked a whole lot of shit and criticized AJ for fighting on the back foot instead of going for the knockout. Well, for Wilder, he basically came in there 214, thought he was going to run, make Joseph come in and run into something. But what he found out was Joseph Parker is too skilled for his basic lack of basic skills. His little petty amateur antics wasn't enough to beat a skilled former champion like Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, to his credit, he lost, but he fought Joe Joyce. He fought Anthony Joshua. He fought Dillian White. He fought Andy Ruiz. So he's used to fighting guys much bigger and stronger than Wilder. So Wilder's little skinny ass wasn't the fucking threat that y'all thought he was going to be. See, that's why I said, man, you take a guy like Evander. Evander would fucking beat all these dudes. Evander didn't depend on just power or just one thing. Evander would beat the fuck out you. He's going to make you fight. Evander's 206, 210, whatever, but Evander going to fight you. I think like the highest he might have weighed was 217, maybe 219 if I'm correct. But that was later. But bottom line is, Evander's going to fight you like he's 250. He's going to bring the fight to you. He'll get on his toes when he needs to, but eventually Evander's going to dig down, plant his feet, and he's going to make you fucking fight. Wilder doesn't do that shit, man. So I listened to Blue Blood make excuses for Wilder like I knew he would. And it was just funny to me. Well, somebody asked me, and he's like, yo,
phone disconnected.
Person told me, they said, man, I was kind of surprised. I said, well, what? He said, this dude, Dante, he made a video, but he didn't say anything. He just made a video of people making comments on Twitter or whatever about, you know, Deontay's performance or whatever. And I said, yeah, well, because I don't sit and watch these guys and check them. But every now and then somebody will just ask me to watch something that they say. And it's funny because when I actually went to see what Blue Blood was talking about, he made 2 videos back to back making excuses for Wilder. And he was one, Wilder, like he's content with life and, you know, he's just happy and he's chilling, he's rich. I don't think he has the hunger anymore. You know, he's 38, he's not the same. Surprisingly, he wasn't throwing any punches and this and this. No. Let me repeat myself. None of that shit had nothing to do with nothing. This is the man that said, I'm still young, I'm still sexy. I feel good, I ain't take no punishment. And I'm just ready. No, this is what you seen. You seen a guy who is so basic and don't even know the bare essentials. He doesn't. If you see him skipping around in the ring with them skinny ass legs, I told you, look at him. He's moving in slow motion. The dude just moving around with no purpose. Like them fake Bigfoot videos where Bigfoot just be wandering, aimlessly walking. He's not going, just walking. Where's he going? Just walking, right? Well, he's dancing around the ring. He's not throwing a jab off of his back foot and moving, slip, angles, throw combinations, catch you, move, come in, give you different look. No. All he was doing was trying to stay out of harm's way. And when Joseph Parker cracked him the very first time and started loading up on shots, Wilder's literally leaning back. And you ever see a deer get hit by a car? Yeah, that's what Wilder was doing. He was literally doing this shit. Okay? Wilder's age, all that shit y'all talking had nothing to do with nothing. He got in there with a guy that can actually box. He got in there with a guy that basically had tougher fights. A guy who's fought 3 times, who's been in there. So win, lose, or draw, I'm staying active. No, but I got the right hand of God. So when I hit you, there's no way you're going to stand up. So while Dr. Sleep was in there swinging windmill punches and running, Mr. I don't come to outbox you, I come to knock you out. Well, what was your game plan? I'm just going to dance around and expect Joseph Parker to just come in and I'm going to catch him with something? When he started trying to come forward and throw the shots, Joseph was a little careful, watching, and okay, let me get back to going forward. Joseph Parker didn't have to be aggressive. Joseph Parker just understood. Wilder can't box. I know he's going to try to catch me with the right hand, but I have more than that. And basically, what Joseph Parker was doing was smart. Okay? It was smart. Like I told you, when he was at long range, I know Wilder can't hit me from here. And if he lunge in, I'm going to counter him. When I'm at mid-range, I'm looking to counter first. I'm watching that right hand. I'm looking out, right? And then instead of being first, I'm looking to counter first. When I get close, I'm first. And I'm coming up top, and I'm going to take his head off. And basically, he saw Wilder didn't know how to get away from it. So he was breaking him down to the body, breaking him down upstairs. And Wilder could not find anything to do differently. You see, when Fury lost to Ngannou, I told you guys, just pay attention to the fact Fury didn't know how to do anything different. He just played it safe and stayed on the outside and tried to keep it long at that point. That's it. But at the same time, at least in him doing that, you know, he embarrassed himself and he looked like a complete fool. But I told y'all before, Fury got holes in his game. But everybody want to act like he's so untouchable. Okay? Now let me say this, y'all. Looking at what happened in that ring with Anthony Joshua, what you think would have happened if he was in there with Wilder? Like I said, he would have knocked Wilder, sparked the fuck out. If Usyk would have been in there with Wilder, whether he would have knocked him out or not, I don't know. But he would have beat circles around him. He definitely would have beat circles around him. And for all this shit about Wilder's age, he's 38, well, so is fucking Usyk. And y'all ain't once made no fucking excuse for Usyk being 38. Yeah. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Floyd was 38 years old when he fought Andre Berto. Do you realize Andre Berto just turned 40 not too long ago and just had a mess of a fight with Robert the Ghost Guerrero? But so, okay. So you got a 38-year-old fighting a guy in his early 30s. Same way, right? Because when Shane Mosley fought against Floyd, Floyd was 33, Shane was 38. Excuses about his age. See, that's my point. Y'all make excuses for who y'all want to make excuses for, but ain't none of y'all talking about Usyk's age and he's 38. Yeah. So, also, the way I see this with AJ wanted to fight for that IBF title. And I believe, too, AJ knows this. And he said he wants to fight Wilder as well. He's not bringing up Usyk's name, but I believe, and this is just me saying this, I believe he's not okay with losing to Usyk. And not once, but twice. And I feel like, you see, he's perfecting that style he wants to fight at. And for him to beat Usyk, he's going to have to be complete. Believing in himself was that was the issue. And I believe what he wants to do is become IBF champion. You know, now should Fury win against Usyk, right? Then it's him and Fury at some point. But I believe before it's all said and done, he want revenge and he want to knock Usyk the fuck out. So even though it'll probably end up being, if that fight was to actually happen that way, and let's say AJ beats him, it'd be Usyk 2 to his 1. But if he goes in there and destroys Usyk, then it's like, yo, this is the AJ that was been missing. That's the AJ. And all this doubt and the shit that people have been saying about him, it goes away. And his game and stock elevates. You understand what I mean? His legacy, everything about him, it elevates. Because this is the complete fighter he became. And then people will start to say, that version of AJ beats any version of Usyk. But he has to get there, so it's one fight at a time. But I believe that's in his cards, that I want to get revenge on Usyk. And I know for me to do that, I have to have everything covered, but I'm going to do it. Let's just be real, y'all. Do y'all think Daniel Dubois is better than AJ? You see what I'm saying? So you look at, you know, Dubois was putting up a fight, but at the same time, you know, he went there underestimating Usyk's ability to hurt him. You know, and at the end of the day, it just comes down to the fact of, look, man, the mindset that you come into a fight with, right? It can benefit you, it can hurt you. But boxing is about adjusting and readjusting. So if the game plan you have don't work, okay, plan B, plan C, plan D. My experience tells me what to do. You know, I have to understand, and I only have 36 minutes to do it if it's a 12-round fight. Let's get it done. Simple. So, you know, whatever, man. Just saying, I believe that's in AJ's mind. I really do. Because nobody is really cool with retiring knowing that I never got a chance. Well, I did get a chance to revenge my loss, but I lost both times, and fuck this. I want this again. So at the end of the day, you know, it's going to come down to who wins between Usyk and Fury. Now, for AJ, he has to beat Urkovich, and he should beat Urkovich. He should beat him. But like I said, it's one fight at a time. Now, he beats Urkovich and becomes IBF champion. That means whoever wins between Usyk and Fury, and I believe Usyk should really beat Fury. He really should. But whoever wins, it's AJ versus them should he beat Urkovich. So he's right back fighting for a title again. Well, I guess Deontay Wilder will find himself crying about never getting an opportunity again, which is bullshit because he had opportunities. And in fact, like I said, he and you know, his promoter was the one, Finkel, stood there talking about how they're not going to fight the likes of Vladimir Klitschko because Wilder's a baby. Yeah. So don't talk shit about not having opportunities. And my thing is, if you look at AJ's resume, and let's not forget, AJ and Hearn sent a contract to Luis Ortiz, the so-called boogeyman, and chose to not fight AJ, but fight Wilder. Facts. So all this shit, Jarrell Miller talking about AJ ducking him and all this, and these idiot fanboys who believe everything that they hear. Well, his resume stands second to none in his heavyweight division right now. It's the best resume out there, and after last night, he shut a lot of people up. And so, bottom line is, that's what the point is to be the best you can. Go forward, grow as much as you possibly can. Get to that peak level, do what you got to do, don't get greedy, and get the fuck out the sport. So, you know, me watching what I seen, it was like, okay, that was a very satisfying win. I mean, AJ looked sharp, man. He was right last night, man. That was the best, like I said, that we've seen him in a long time. AJ looked right. And I kept telling you guys, man, it ain't about no 3-4 years from now then he fight for the fuck is wrong with you. No, he need to just get on it, stay active, and like he said, he want to fight 3-4 times a year. Do it. Keep it coming, and that's what he did. You know, so no, we don't want to wait till Fury get old. We don't want to wait to nobody get old. That's not the plan. The plan is to fight the best guys out there. You know, show up your division. Do what you got to do. Like I said, don't get greedy and just move on. Move on. Cement your legacy is the best way you can and go on. And then somebody else is in the driver's seat at some point. You know, look. Last night was a good fight card. You seen certain guys were not as good as people thought they were. And pretty much, you know, in terms of Wilder, like I said, he's been exposed years ago. So I don't know why everybody's acting so shocked. So when you see the whole excuse videos, his age, he's content with life, or I don't think he's the same because he's more of a family man. He has money. All this shit, man. Listen. That's not the shit that was coming out of his mouth or his fanboy's mouth. In fact, Dr. Sleep was saying, I don't know what round, but definitely the knockouts coming. People want to see me. They say the division is not exciting without me. The division is dead without me. It's born without me. Yeah, your minions will tell you anything. They probably want to sniff your drawers and everything. They'll say whatever, But at the end of the day, nobody's talking about your fights, man. They only talk about you and Fury. Now, the Hellenius knockout, yeah, they was talking about how you knocked him out. Yeah, of course, they want to build you up. But, no, they're not talking about your opponents, your fights, like, oh, that was a great fight. No, other than you and Fury. And to be honest with you, to be completely honest, if you look at the fight he had with Fury, okay, in the first fight, the only rounds that he actually won was the rounds he got knocked down in. The third fight, the only rounds that he won was the rounds he got knockdowns in. He didn't just outskill him and beat around, do just straight outboxing him. No, that's not what he did. He got his ass whooped. He's losing all these rounds. That's what Wilder does. He loses rounds and then basically land the right hand, and when that shit fails him, he has nothing else. The same way how Dillian White gets knocked out, like all three of his losses was uppercut knockouts. Yeah, Wilder wins his fights with nothing but the right hand. So when Aries say, when that right hand fails him, he has nothing else, it's going to come back and haunt him. And you're going to see it when he fights the top guys. You're going to see. Because they're too experienced and skilled for that petty shit that he does. You see what I'm telling you? So if a guy like AJ, who was far better than Wilder, always have been, okay, if he can get to a point where he's slipping, okay, this is not where it should be right now. And I got to get this connected again, like I said, in this, right? A guy who just has a right hand, that's it. Somebody going to call him a heavyweight Thomas Hearns. No, stop that shit. Hearns can fucking box, bro. Stop it. Don't insult Hearns like that. Now, if you talk about the fact that he's skinny and can punch, well, Hearns can punch with both hands, though. Wilder just got the right hand. Wilder doesn't do shit with his uppercuts, hooks, and no other punch, just the right hand. So now, if Wilder would have won that fight, if he would have won his fight against Joseph Parker, for Anthony Joshua, he wants to become champion again. That's more important than just, okay, me and Wilder going to fight right now. I've been trying to get this fight forever. My career is not defined by him. I'm going to do what my goals are. Then me and Wilder will make it happen. He always said he wanted to fight him, regardless, with or without a belt on the line. But, you know, a fight is more prestigious, of course, if a title's on the line and all that, of course. But bottom line is, you know what, either it's going to happen or it's not. But, you know, you Wilder fans that have been out there, oh, AJ's ducking, he's ducking. Or no, ducking what? Wilder don't have a fucking belt. He doesn't have, I mean, it's just, okay, it's a fight. Keep winning. We'll meet up. And nobody would be talking about his age. Nobody would be talking about he's content with life, he's rich, all this bullshit. No, you wouldn't be saying all that. So now, for Anthony Joshua, the fact that he won, and he's on the same card with the Big Mouth, Bomb Squad, and Mr. Miller, walk around here calling fucking Dubois shrimp and all that goofy shit. Well, they didn't hold the end of the bargain up. So they shouldn't be on the next card. And for the record, Zhilei Zhang should have been on this card instead of Jarrell Miller anyway. So maybe the next time they put the same type of card together with the heavyweights and get them on, hopefully Zhang will be on there. And in fact, you want to know what? If Deontay want to really prove himself, and he wants to come back, because according to him, he'll be back. So stop talking the age shit, because if that's the case, well, then he's lying about coming back. You understand what I'm saying? Because from what I've seen, it came out of his mouth on that little interview, that little self-recorded video he made, talking about he missed his daughter and all, and he's still happy and full of cheer and all that. Okay, yeah. Fight Zhilei Zhang. He's 40, 41, you're 38. So he's older than you. And that way, after he knocks you out, what excuse is going to be made then about age when you fight somebody older than you? Then what? Fight Zhang. Fight Andy Ruiz. Fight F.A. fucking Ajaba. Fight Frank Sanchez. That's my point. And I guarantee you, everybody that I just named, and you know Aries don't use the term guarantee, but I guarantee you, you will see a difference. Just like you saying with Parker, it's no fucking coincidence. And that's why I put my money on Parker. Because when I watch Parker and people don't get it, I'm like, man, look, guys, for the record, Wilder should have been trying to walk Joseph Parker down. He's too light in the ass to do that shit. He just has a right hand. He's not that type of fighter. Okay? He doesn't have the physical size like Joe Joyce does. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that ability to come forward and throw that many punches like that. He doesn't have that shit. Okay? So, two different styles, like I said before, right? But Wilder is not crafty enough. He doesn't know how to box. He's not cerebral enough to know how to come in and chip a motherfucker up and break him down. He doesn't know how to do that. He's simply a one-dimensional, land the right hand, and then that shit fails him. And he has nothing left. He doesn't have that. Okay? But that whole shit, fight Joe Joyce. How about that? Fight fucking Joe Joyce. Another motherfucker the same age as you. So this is my whole point when I hear people talk shit, when I hear these fighters talk shit. with their weak ass resumes. But at least you can see, damn, every time he fight an elite guy, he loses. Hell, he's behind the scorecards against fucking mediocre people before they knock him out. So why was anybody shocked about the outcome of him and Parker? And like I said on the last video, I put that on everything. I told my cousin, I said, man, if Joseph Parker understands what's going on, what like that Wilder just can't box and he can, and he understands what he can do and what Wilder can't do, he could actually shut Wilder out. He could knock Wilder out. Oh, but he can shut him out. And why was it so much concern about the knockout is because when you fight taller guys like that lean back the way Wilder does, and all Wilder did was run and hold. That's all he did. No, it's funny because I don't see you fucking Wilder fans calling him a runner. Yeah, y'all said that that AJ ran from Ruiz in the rematches was bullshit. He ain't run from shit. He just used lateral movement and understood, I need to keep it long and keep him on the end of my shot. See, remember when Chris Arreola fought Andy Ruiz? And motherfuckers like, see, AJ, that's how you fight Ruiz, man. That's how. Well, I tell you what. We seen AJ last night. Do you think Andy Ruiz beats that AJ? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think he beats that AJ? So for a motherfucker, well, he beat him last time. Yeah, he beat him the first time. We ain't gonna get into the whole shit. But we know the deal. Bottom line. You think Chris Arreola beats AJ? So all this shit about that's how you do it, that's what you do it. No, that's two different people, two different styles. But I get it. But you know what's so funny? It hurts people because the AJ that we seen last night, very few people expected to see that AJ. Yeah. Wilder getting his ass whooped last night, very few people thought that Parker had a chance to win. Oh yeah. But like I said, I understand boxing. I understand fighting. And like I said, I can't guarantee you what a fighter's going to do when they show up. But what I'm telling you is when you get in there with the other elite fighters, you do not win so easy. Because these guys are on the same seat as you. Now, when you a special talent and you just stand above everybody, then that's something different. You understand me? But as far as you fighting these meatballs and knocking them out and people acting like you just fought a worthy opponent, you know, my thing is you guys can go along with acting class and pretend you don't see the difference in skill levels and why this guy has been as effective as he's been. But, you know, when I said when he fought Fury, I told you all, when he fight an elite guy, you're going to see a difference. What happened? What happened with Fury? Oh, but he cheated. He used egg weights. He had no pad in his gloves. He put voodoo on him. His water was poisoned. Now, I know. You know what's funny? Blue Blood said it wasn't anything that Joseph Parker did. It was just what Wilder didn't do. I've seen fights where I feel that way because you can just see what like what a guy wasn't doing and pretty much he just didn't make an effort. But no, that wasn't the case. See, what it was, Blue, is the simple fact that Joseph Parker wouldn't allow. He would not allow Wilder to get away with that amateurish shit that he's got away with other people. He wouldn't allow him to do it. And in fact, he was shutting Wilder down. He see what Wilder had no answers for nothing he was doing. He had no counter for nothing he was doing. So he basically was able to sustain that shit all night long. Now, if Wilder knew how, and that's what you're overlooking, he doesn't know how to back a motherfucker up tactically. He just knows once I throw the left, the jab and the right hand over top, that usually they're gonna back up. And usually in a straight line. So basically, when you watch Wilder, you see he has no tactics, man. It's the same shit. So when Wilder's sitting there fighting on the back foot like he doesn't have footwork. He does nothing. Hopping around like he was doing last night wasn't doing shit to help him land punches. It wasn't helping to set nothing up. So what the fuck was he doing other than just running around the ring and holding? Hitting on the break, hammer fist. You remember the hammer fist he was hitting it with? All that shit. What was he doing any different? What was he doing that worked? And Malik Scott, for him training him and having him in there thinking that what he was doing was working, for him to sit there and, I mean, motherfucker, why are you on your back foot? That was your game plan? Malik Scott, the so-called great trainer, that was your game plan, to go in there and be light on your feet? Oh, when he's at 214, that's his best fight weight. Based on fucking what? Who the fuck did he fight at 214 and that was his best fight weight because he showed an abundance of skill, speed, and all that? Nothing. No, you guys, again, are just going off what he did with Tyson Fury. His weight never came up in any other fight as an issue. So if 214, if that's his best fight weight, why the fuck did y'all go up to 238 in the last fight and still got knocked the fuck out? Yeah, because Fury gonna try to wrestle and all that. Yeah, but you need to put that weight on them skinny ass legs, man. But yet, Malik Scott's the great coach. So my whole thing is, listen, y'all, and I gotta rip into these asses like that because let me be real with you, right? We seen what AJ did. But I want to remind motherfuckers of all the shit that they've been talking about, how great Wilder is. Like what happened to him last night would never happen to Wilder. We want to act like what happened with him and Fury didn't happen. Oh, but it happened, but he cheated. Yeah. I guess now they'll make a video tomorrow saying, you know, that Joseph Parker had egg weights in his fucking gloves too. You know, and also too, shout out to Derek Chisora. Let me get off topic for a second. Because Derek Chisora, and this was before the fight actually happened, but shout out to Derek Chisora because he basically interviewed Jarrell Miller and was saying, like, what's the issue with my bro AJ? Like, I mean, that's my, you know, he was, still, you a pussy, this and that, whatever. But he like, hey, but he said, let's tell the people the truth, man. That AJ did give you the opportunity. Now, we're not going to say what happened, but something happened. We're not going to talk about what it was, but you fucked it up. Flat out. Because at the end of the day, see, my point is, it's one thing to build a fight. It's another thing to just make up stupid, ignorant shit. And I'm so glad that he said what he said because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, be straight with the people, man. Like, hey, and that's what I'm saying. You motherfuckers love to talk shit about certain people because you try to benefit. So, you know, I was glad, and I didn't remember to talk about that in the last video, you know, but I was actually, matter of fact, I did. I had made like 8 videos and I scrapped them all because it was like, you know what, nah, the fight's about to happen. And let me just focus on what's about to happen now. And then we'll talk about other stuff later on. Listen, people. It was a good card. Some fights went certain ways and, you know, whatever. But listen. I respect integrity in the fighter, honesty, loyalty. Okay? I respect heart. I don't respect delusional people who make excuses. And they always say, it's something about people now when they say no excuses, they always make excuses. But when you watch, if you watch Anthony Joshua's fight, look at his body language. Look at his face, looks, everything. Look at him in last night's fight, his body language, compared to the last fights he had. He don't look scared. But what we seen last night in his face was confidence. He looks unsure in other fights. Last night, I didn't see that. If you look at Wilder, remember I said, we don't have to say if he didn't knock Helenius out because he did, right? But I said, and let's say he knocks him out later, because Helenius is just Helenius. But I said, the longer a fight goes, you will see just how sucky of a fighter Wilder is. You guys think it's just a coincidence that he looked the way he did against Parker last night? That he looked the way he did against Tyson Fury? And that's why I said, if you look at it, man, him and Fury wasn't throwing a lot of punches, but if you look, the only rounds he won is the rounds he got knocked down in. I mean, so when you listen to these idiots talk, a lot of times people get so caught up into debating and just going with whatever everybody's talking about, that they don't step outside from all of that shit and just actually look and observe at what's actually happening. Tyson Fury. I mean, how many people said that he was going to spank Ngannou, right? He should have, but he didn't. Now, notice how quiet Tyson Fury's been? Notice you don't see Fury popping up at fights and no. He's been chilling. Why? Because he has something to prove. So now when he goes ahead and fight against Usyk, I'm not expecting him to come in and fight 260-something, 270-something. He's probably going to try to trim down and be like 250s, whatever, to try to get back down to that weight so he can have more speed and try to work off his jab and try to use movement and try to be better than Usyk that night, because, see, he start, pretty much feeling himself too much and felt like, I can just beat anybody. Yeah, I don't even need to train. And remember his words, Usyk has to fight me. There's no way out of it. And then he turns around and gets the date move, right? Yeah. Yeah, after he claimed that he was ready. So, if he stood up here and told you guys, now I'm in much better shape, this is the shape I should have been in, yeah. Are you going to call him a liar because he told you guys he was ready? Everything was locked in and loaded, right? He was ready. And Usyk had to fight him or he'll be sued. See, him and Wilder is so much alike, man, in the worst of ways. But, they got what they deserve in that sense. The only thing that would have made it sweeter is if Ngannou would have actually got the win, officially. But just saying, y'all, I'm sick of this clown shit, and it just feels good to see the right things happen like they did last night. And to be honest with y'all, in terms of people coming into a grueling sport like boxing and you want the money, I don't want to hear this motherfucker's comfortable now, because that money, you got to keep winning to keep making that kind of money. So, you get in there and it's all about money to you, and you start losing, yeah, that money goes down. And it gets to the point where it's like, nah, it ain't no sense to keep fighting if they're going to be paying me way less than what I was already making. The older you get, like a regular job, what you hear people say, the older you get, you don't want to work harder, you want to work smarter. Well, in boxing, you're getting punched in your face, your ribs and all that, and guess what? To keep making that big money, you need to keep winning, which means you need to keep focused. So with all the childish antics and all the shit talking, well, between Jarrell Miller, Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and Joseph Parker, who look like the fucking idiots now? Yeah. Oh, they're entertaining. Oh, they're very. They're very charismatic. No, just childish, stupid shit. Grown ass man still running around hollering bomb squad. Another one calling people shrimp and just talking a bunch of stupid shit. And both got their asses whooped bad. Yeah. Which, by the way, I read some comments where Wilder fans were saying that the fight was fixed. Yeah, they fixed the fight. Okay. They fixed it for AJ to win, right? But they fixed it for Wilder to lose. So Wilder didn't really lose to Parker. It was fixed. So Wilder took a dive. Wasn't the idea to make fucking AJ versus fucking Wilder, you dumb, ignorant morons? So how the fuck was the fight fixed? Yeah, Dr. Sleep promised a knockout and he didn't deliver. Yeah, they saying that the fight was fixed. And I explained to y'all why AJ and Wallin ended up fighting. So I don't need to go into that again. But like I said, unlike Wilder, you supposed to honor mandatories, and when you have title eliminators, you need to honor that. I won my title eliminator, he won his title eliminator, we need to fight. Not, oh no, y'all asking for too much money. The kind of money that Wilder said he's excited, remember, hey, it's kind of money, it's that old shit kind of money, like, yeah man, I'm okay, so Wilder doesn't need to retire then, right? Now you got Wilder fans saying he needs to retire. Damn, all in one night, Dr. Sleep need to retire. He looked that bad? I know why y'all really saying that shit. Because y'all know, y'all can see it. His little skinny ass getting there with AJ. AJ gonna knock him the fuck out. And y'all do not want to go to y'all graves knowing that AJ knocked him the fuck out. Y'all don't want to see that shit happen. And y'all been talking all this shit about how he can't fuck with AJ. Now, not only was y'all wrong about y'all predictions that Wilder's going to knock out Fury, but not only was y'all wrong about y'all predictions that he's going to knock him out in the rematch, not only were y'all wrong about y'all predictions that he's going to knock him out in the third fight, not only was y'all wrong about y'all prediction that he was going to knock out Joseph Parker, but y'all also was wrong about the prediction that nobody else in the heavyweight division can beat Wilder other than Tyson Fury. And I told you guys, bullshit. When he starts to fight the other guys, the better guys, we're going to see. And I guarantee you, you're going to see it's going to be different. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. Wilder reminds me of this guy, man. Used to play basketball, and he would take tack on all these younger kids, these little scrawny little guys, these guys that just wasn't really skilled. And they thought like he was the best basketball player. And when he would run games with us, or we would play with some of the other college players and stuff like that, that motherfucker used to get his ass handed to him, and people was like, I don't know, like what happened? Like, I think he holding, but no, young man. He's not holding back. He's not as good as we are. He's just way better than you guys. That's why y'all think he's such a great player, because he's way better than you. You don't even know how to play organized ball. You guys are just little street hoopers that don't even take this shit serious. And the maturity kicks in, you grow up a little bit and you realize, like, yeah, this dude is not as good as I thought he was. That's all. So, yeah, he looked spectacular doing all the moves on you guys. But what happens when he's in there with somebody in the same seat as him? See, this is what I mean, guys. And when you see what you saw last night, again, let me say it again. Wilder was not exposed last night. He was exposed a long time ago. Anthony Joshua, y'all said he was exposed when he fought. See, that everybody want to put that word up on their thumbnail. He was exposed when he fought Ruiz, but when he fought him and beat him in the rematch, what happened? Yeah, he didn't look the same. It's not the same AJ. But he should have been trying to knock him out, man. He should. Yeah. Okay. Right. But just like that, several fights later, guess who's back in the hot seat again? Guess who's back like, oh shit, turning heads the right way? But of course, the haters are always going to find something to complain about regardless. That's the least of AJ's worries, anybody else's. I give middle fingers to people, man, like in the world, like I'm not trying to do anything to satisfy you. You're going to always find something to complain about. What we seen in AJ was a masterclass of boxing last night. He looked solid, he looked sharp, he was determined, he looked focused, he looked ready. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this social media shit, trying to smile for the cameras, trying to be nice to everybody. Nah. Focus on your craft. Same thing, salute Joseph Parker the same way, man. It's like, and you seen the two of them at the end, man. They went out, dapped each other up, and complimented each other for their winning. And like I say, man, one thing about me, I don't talk shit about nobody. What I say, if I say anything like here, I'll say it to your fucking face. I'm not gonna see you and man, no, I can fight too, motherfucker. I don't back down from nobody. So at the end of the day, like I say, don't shake a motherfucker hand. Hug him, salute him, congratulate him, then get on a separate video and then talk slick and talk. That's some coward sucker shit, man. So, for a man to sit here and say that somebody's terrified of him, he never wanted to fight him, he ducked him and all that, and then got your ass whooped, and you said Joseph Parker ducked you too, but he whooped your ass last night. Maybe you should have ducked him like you've been doing Ruiz and AJ and everybody else. And that's why when people talk this shit about when nobody wants to fight, who the fuck is Wilder calling out? So you mean to tell me he keep bringing up that bullshit, him and his people, they want to bring up that fake ass bullshit $50 million offer, right? Have you ever heard Wilder say that him and his team sent offers and contracts to other fighters and they said no? Man, ain't nobody turned down no fucking fights with Wilder. Wilder is not the money guy. So, yeah, AJ's that guy. And that's why none of these motherfuckers, nobody care about Wilder like that. His fans do. The different boxing personalities put a lot of talk and hype around Wilder and the right hand and try to, make him sound like a fucking superhero or some shit. But the reality is, if you got two good eyes that watch, you see what Wilder's one-dimensional, and you see what he brings to the game. So my thing is, the fact that he does not have that aura of invincibility anymore, then people they're not respecting that right hand like that. It's now these mediocre guys may still do it because they're no more. Even for them to be more skilled than him, which is not hard to be, they're still not top tier guys. But the top guys, like, let me ask you something. F.A. Ajaba is his size. You think if F.A. Ajaba could catch him clean, you think Wilder, he can't hurt Wilder? You don't think fucking Frank Sanchez will knock Wilder? Did you see how Frank Sanchez looked against Junior Fa? Yeah. It's what I'm telling you guys. Wilder is extremely limited, and he always has been. So there's no fucking shock value. None. I would not have bet on Joseph Parker if I felt unsure. I told you when I watched Joseph Parker against Joe Joyce, it's like, nah, he should have moved and kept, giving angles, stepping around, and not giving Joe Joyce the opportunity to just keep coming forward like that. Because if you watch Joe Joyce, he even swing, like, he'll throw punches behind his back, like literally extend his arm to try to catch you when you sidestep on him, because he's forward, straight forward. He fought the wrong strategy trying to stand in front of him like that, and he tired himself out. Joe Joyce basically was given, he fought the way he was supposed to. Parker fought wrong. But I just think stylistically, his style is just wrong for Parker, and I think that for Parker, now maybe if Joe Joyce right now can't throw the punches the amount like he used to, then yeah, Zilly Zhang had him shook, because he's like, okay, this shit ain't work on this big motherfucker. So now I'm in there with somebody bigger than me. I can't bully him, and that's the thing. So even though Parker beat Wilder, now what happens next? Does he want to go in there and fight Joe Joyce to redeem himself? If Joe Joyce can still do the same thing, Joe Joyce may wind up beating him again, simply because the style is just, you know what I'm saying? Unless Joseph Parker understands, I need to fight him different, and can actually master the style that he needs to go in there with, and basically and that shows you how special Usyk is. That's what I'm telling you. Like, and when I say special, I don't mean Muhammad Ali special, Evander Holyfield special, Mike Tyson special. I mean, in this division right now, Usyk is a good fighter. Yes, he is. But Usyk, bottom line, it shows you Usyk, his style and his movement, what he's doing, his ring IQ and all of that, it's not the same as these other guys. It's higher. And that's why he makes shit look the way it does. But Usyk has heart. So when Usyk gets hurt, one thing about him is that motherfucker will fight back. But I noticed when he fought AJ, anytime AJ let his hands go, Usyk would move. If AJ caught him with something, he'd move. He got dropped by Dubois, but for the rest of that round, the rest of that fight, he was walking Dubois down. He didn't do that shit with AJ until he got to the point where AJ started looking a little bit tired in the last round at a last fight. He started coming in and, but I mean, other than that, he was still cautious. He didn't try to he didn't show respect to AJ's power, because you could see AJ just wasn't sure of himself, and he see AJ was reluctant to let his hands go. But when he did throw something meaningful, Usyk was like, fuck that, let me retreat. So now when you look at this version of AJ, well, good thing about that too is, like I said, people looking at AJ like, man, this AJ, shit, let's see him in Fury. This AJ, shit, rematch with Usyk. Because this is what's been missing for a long time. But at the end of the day, I just, want to point out the fact that AJ did what he had to do, and if his confidence is back, then he's back. Understand what's going on? understand what you want to do, understand what your opponent is capable of, but you have to be the boss in that ring. Simple. And if you can understand that, and that's why I say people got to look at Usyk. They always talk about his lack of size, but they underestimate Usyk's heart. And they seem to forget, like, if a guy, look, Usyk isn't the hardest puncher. He ain't the fastest guy in the world. Hell, Tony Bellew is pound for pound more skillful than Usyk is. He's a more skillful boxer than Usyk. He was easily outboxing Usyk till he got tired. But Usyk, if you watch Usyk, okay, Usyk's heart and his willingness to go in there and fight, he fights like he's the big dog. Like I said about how Holyfield will fight you like he's 250. Yeah, Usyk gets in there, move, and do what he has to do to win, but Usyk will sit down and fight you if he feel the need to. He will. And if a guy like Usyk can do it, then AJ, any of these other big dudes need to understand, yeah, man, it's the skills. It's the skills. One of the differences between AJ and Wilder, AJ is about adding to his arsenal to sharpen him to be the most polished fighter he can be. Whereas Wilder is just bomb squad, the right hand. That's it. So I just wanted to make sure I touch on all of this shit, man, because I liked the card we had last night, man, and it was and wow, I said, damn, $39.99 for this, or $34, whatever the fuck it was. I know people had it on ESPN Plus and people had it on DAZN. I forgot what the hell we had it on because I got both. But bottom line is, listen, y'all. When I watched that, I said, damn, okay. Then you got all these other motherfucking cards, $79, $84 for one halfway decent fight in a bullshit card. So, I felt like that was a nice little Christmas present, and for boxing, and it was, I enjoyed the card. But at the same time, man, we're gonna be honest about what we see. And let me say this again, because I don't have to explain shit, but I do these things because, like I said, I'm grown up, and I don't play with kids. I don't know Jarrell Miller. I don't like his antics. I don't like the stupid shit he's saying and doing. I just think it's unnecessary. And I'm not gonna pretend that I even like watching him fight, because I don't. But he is who he is. And hopefully, man, he move on and do something. Go back to K1. Go do some other shit, man. I just get sick of like hearing his voice and just looking at him. To be honest with you, Deontay Wilder, he is a guy that he's weird to me, but Wilder just can't box. He's delusional. He lies a lot. All you gotta do is listen to him. You listen to every Deontay Wilder video and you hear him say one thing and then contradict himself. But people act like he doesn't do these things. I don't care about how nice of a person you may be off camera and all this and other that, but find a different way to express yourself than not so I can like you as I don't know you as a fucking person, or like you I don't like you as a fighter because you can't fucking fight. But what I'm saying is, when you watch and listen to these dudes, it's like you say one thing. Same with Tyson Fury. You say one thing, then you say something else. And your fucking stupid fans completely act like they didn't hear you say that shit. But they can turn around and try to quote other people, and they said this and they said that, but they just don't remember the dumb shit y'all say. Mistakes, misunderstandings, and complete lies are three different fucking things. And this is like when I speak on any fighter. Who talks more shit than Jarrell Miller, Tyson Fury, and fucking Deontay Wilder? Other than maybe a Rolly Romero and I don't know, Ryan seemed to kind of fall back a little more now, but all this shit that people talk, man. And they make lies up. And they're trying to achieve things without earning it. Making up lies. I was never given the opportunity. Get the fuck out of here. You wasn't given the opportunity. Motherfucker, you handpick everybody. They've been giving you a bunch of C-class fighters. And you know what I like about the Rocky movies? It's not so much the fights himself. It's movie fighting and shit. I like the movies, but those fights are not realistic. People, oh, they're real. No, they're not realistic fights. Them motherfuckers be throwing punches from behind their back. Motherfucker holding you one hand. That's not real fighting, man. Okay. What I like about the Rocky movies is one of the things that a lot of people probably overlook too, is the stories of what happens. Like, remember when Mickey was telling Rocky when he was about to fight Clubber Lang, and he was like, "He'll knock you next week, Rock," and he was like, "But you said I look good, you know, when I fought this guy." Rock, they're all bums, Rock, bums, right? Told him how when he lost to Apollo, or how it went. You know, they was giving him bums to build his confidence up, but this guy, Clubber Lang, is different. You don't need this fight. You got plenty of money, got a wife that loves you, all that shit. Okay. Y'all think behind closed doors that that's not the kind of shit that goes on? Y'all think motherfuckers just sit up going over contracts and motherfuckers just training all day and everything just happens like clockwork? No. Same thing. You don't think fucking fighters sit there? Remember the Creed movie? Was it the first one? And he was asking him, like, what do I do? And he was like, sounding like, okay, he's bigger, stronger, faster. Your normal style, your usual, won't work with him. And he was telling him how we gotta hide your flaws. We gotta find, right? That's the kind of shit that people don't understand. Like, yeah. If you are fucking 6'6" and Mike Tyson's your favorite fighter, and you're trying to imitate Mike and that shit ain't working, and you don't have Mike's hand speed or his IQ or his punching power, and your fucking trainer will tell you, listen, you're too tall to try to fight like Mike Tyson, man. You need to fucking keep it tall, keep it long, stay behind your jab. You can't fight like Mike. Mike's 5'11". You're too tall for that. You don't have his punching power or his speed, or even, let's say you got the power but not the speed. Bottom line, your trainer need to keep it real with you. You need to be you, not try to imitate Mike Tyson. So those movies and shit like that is like the stories, the things that happen, the incidents with the fighters, even from like when Rocky had to go out and fight. Remember he came back, I think was it the Clubber Lang one? I think that's the one he died in, right? When Mickey died, and I think he seen Mickey, he like caught a glance of him like passing out on the stretcher or something that kind of distracted him, like Riddick Bowe, Holyfield, the parachute man comes in. Riddick Bowe's wife passes out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like real life shit that happens that people overlook. The Creed movie, when the last one, and the dude was supposed to be his friend Damien or whatever, and he went to see him, and he disrespected him, played him out, snuck him in the face, had the dudes out there and all, like shit that actually happens. Dominic Brazil, Deontay Wilder, you understand what I'm saying? Like, shit happens. We seen Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. The brothers try to jump Caleb Plant and all that shit. So, what I'm saying, when you look at things, a lot of shit happens that we don't think about. But when you talk about distractions, and I'm focused, and when I say that, I'm referencing even like when they was asking, Deontay after the fight, was maybe to talk about fighting AJ, was that like a distraction? A little bit could have been, oh wait, but AJ's the one mentally weak. But now you're sitting here talking about that could have been a distraction too. A little bit, yeah, it was definitely, because no. Anthony Joshua showed you, I handled that shit right. I ain't thinking about you or no fucking Jarrell Miller or nobody. And he told Jarrell Miller flat out, you're not on my radar. You're not even on my level. It's bigger and better fights. Why'd I waste my time with you? And he told him, remember, I'm your landlord. Saturday night, you working for me. Yeah. So it's a distraction, but yet you got a strong mind. I got a strong mind. One thing about me, Wilder always said that, but now all of a sudden that could have been a distraction. Man, you break your neck to talk about Anthony Joshua every chance you get. So if it's a fucking distraction, it's your fault. Because you could very easily say, listen, man, I got Joseph Parker in front of me. I ain't thinking about AJ right now. That's not what you do. No, you talk shit. AJ's mentally weak. AJ doesn't want to fight me. I'll knock AJ out in 3 or 4 rounds. AJ been ducking me. Joseph Parker been ducking me. Jesus Christ has been ducking me. Everybody. Godzilla's been ducking me. Everybody's been ducking me. No. Well, if you really, which we know better, but if you really thought Joseph Parker was ducking you now, I bet you wish he was still ducking you, don't you? In fact, you should have been ducking in that ring because he fucked you all the way up. And I just got to be real and uncut with this shit, man, because I get sick of these frauds, man, just coming in, running their mouth, talking shit. They're fanboys, the fighters themselves, and they can't never just say, yo, the better man won. And that's why I salute Errol Spence, because he lost to Crawford and made no excuses. And even he was saying he wanted the rematch, but hopefully at 154, it's simply, bottom line, he just feels more comfortable. But even in that, he need to change his tactics, or he's gonna lose again if they fight again. If it happens or whatever. But bottom line, he's one that made no excuses about nothing. Just gave Chance Crawford all the credit in the world. No, now all of a sudden I don't know if I still have my passion and all that. Fuck out of here, man. Well, if you don't have it, then Joseph Parker beat it out you in that ring, because you had a lot of shit to say. Calling yourself Dr. Sleep and all that, talking about you gonna be around for a long time, you ain't going nowhere, and Saudi's giving you the kind of money that hell yeah, you gotta get this kind of money. Well, you gotta win to keep getting that kind of money. And Frank Warren said, everybody on this card know that they're making a huge payday, and this is a statement in boxing, right? And if they want to be back on the next card, they gotta win. That means the loser go home, right? Now, you could have a fight where it was a very close fight, could have went either way, whatever. That person may be on the card, even if it's not a rematch. I can understand that. But what reason would you put Wilder back on that card? Jarrell Miller should have never been on that card. Why would you put him in? Why was however it goes the next time, Zhang needs to be on that card. So let's just say, for example, if Anthony Joshua fights Philip Urkovich for that IBF title, hopefully that'll be on there. You know, if you want to bring Wilder back, okay, cool, because people that saying he should retire, well, since he's saying that he'll be back, well, let's see what he can do. Don't bring him back against no easy opponent. Yeah. If you bring Joseph Parker back, cool, he won. Bring him back. But yeah, bring Zhang back. And this ain't about trying to stack. And that's the thing. See, people don't understand. You can't call this no stacking the deck. Look at Wilder's fucking weak ass resume. And he lost to the two best guys on his resume. Well, Joe Joyce, he fought Usyk in the World Series of Boxing. He fought Joseph Parker. Right? So if Parker could fight Joe Joyce, why can't Wilder fight Joe Joyce or fight Zhang Zhang? You understand what I'm saying? Why can't he? And remember, Zhang was supposed to be the fight that they was talking about for AJ. They want to do the tour of China and all that. So yeah, why Wilder can't? No, I guess Wilder fanboys let him rematch Hellenius or yeah. How about finding Arthur Spilker or Gerald Washington? No, Wilder need to earn his keep. No more protecting him like he claimed AJ was manufactured. Really? So whoever's going to be on that card. And I feel like because of Joseph Parker's performance, that, yeah, they feel like they'll bring him back. Do they want to bring Frank Sanchez back? He had a great performance against Junior Fa. You know what I'm saying? However, bring Wilder back against Frank Sanchez. Huh? Or maybe a F.A. Ajaba. Somebody that he needs to earn his keep with. F.A. is not... He's Yeah. Let him fight. Yeah, bottom line. No more of these fucking cherry picks. This is what I'm saying. Bring him back against somebody like that. Why not? And if Wilder feels like he needs a tune-up, well, against who? Because bottom line, if it's going to be a tune-up, it's going to be one of the worst fighters out there. And if he gets the knockout again against another low-tier fighter, Deontay Wilder is back. And guess what's going to happen? Okay, I tell you what. Not in Saudi. Why don't you have a fight with Otto Wallin? So everybody can see what you look like against Wallin. Huh? Fight Otto Wallin. That way, let's say you beat him. Earn your way back to Saudi. Because the way you got your ass whooped, I don't see the point in them putting you on that card. Straight up. What's the purpose? Everybody on that card was coming off of a win, not a loss. Fight Otto Wallin. Make a statement and say, okay, I saw what AJ did to him. Now, I'm going to go in there and show you what I can do. So you go in there and fight Otto Wallin. How about that? Now, Wallin can say, I fought Fury, I fought AJ, and I fought Wilder. And if you should knock Wallin out, guess what? People will be going, Deontay Wilder's back. You said you want to fight 3-4 times a year, so okay, start off 2024 right. Y'all both coming off of losses, right? Fight him. Earn your way back to that trip back to Saudi. Give them a reason to put you back on that card, because the way you got your ass whooped, don't nobody want to stay. Why would you bring somebody a loser back? No, you want to come off of a win. So that way, if you do make it back to that card, you need to fight somebody like Zhilei Zhang. Fight a F.A. Ajaba. Fight a Frank Sanchez. You need to build your resume up, man. So even though now you got Parker on your resume, you got your ass whooped. So bottom line is, boxing the way it's been, it's become a spectacle. You know, Tony Bellew was saying, hey, who wouldn't want to see AJ versus Francis Ngannou? I wouldn't. I don't care for that fight. It's a circus fight. Ngannou did what he did against Fury, but he hasn't earned shit. He hasn't grinded it out. You know, that so-called cut his teeth in the ranking system. No, he hasn't done that. And there's no way that this MMA guy should be able to walk over into a sport that he didn't pay any dues and get in there with two of the top fighters in boxing. No, I don't want to see that shit. I mean, in terms of a spectacle, in terms of interest, because now people going to want to see how AJ does against Ngannou and all that kind of shit. I mean, if anything, yeah, because AJ, as far as I'm concerned, will knock Ngannou the fuck out. And I've been said that shit. And then it'll be, oh, shit, look at what Ngannou did to Fury. Now, guess what happens? AJ can go into a Fury fight being the A side as is. Why? Look at what he did to Wallin. And look at the fight Wallin put up against Fury. Look at what he just did to Ngannou. And look at what Ngannou did against Fury. Now Fury walk around here with belts, and let's say if Fury did beat Usyk, let's just say, then they'll say, yeah, but Usyk beat AJ. Yeah, but AJ's way better now than he was when he fought Usyk them 2 times. You see what I'm saying? So now it puts more interest in AJ versus Fury, or if Usyk should beat Fury, and I think he should, but if he should beat Fury, now it's, I think AJ gonna beat him this time, and it's re-interest right all over again in the third fight for those two. So he could capitalize off of that shit, but I'm not interested in that shit. I'm just thinking like a businessman, you see? So I don't care for these little circus acts, man. I'm not into that shit. No, and AJ don't even have interest in fighting Francis Ngannou. He really don't. You know, but at the end of the day, y'all, I just wanted to make this video as long as I could so I could touch all bases. Go clean your house, get some popcorn, kick your feet up, chill, listen to what I'm saying, watch the video, whatever, but enjoy the video. But I'm just being real about everything I'm saying, as I always do. And, you know, in all honesty, look, man, salute to everybody. You know, Jarrell Miller, you got a big mouth, but I salute you for the fact you gave Daniel Dubois a reason to beat your ass, and you probably sparked a fire under his ass talking all that shit that you did. You know, and it was a pleasure of watching him beat your ass all over that ring. So salute you for that. You know, but at the end of the day, y'all, look, this is boxing. We need less circus shit and focus on boxing. Leave that circus shit for the misfits. But the boxing that I grew up loving and being a part of and participating in and watching, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not into that shit. I'm really not into that shit. And all clowns need to be exposed for being clowns. Listen, happy holidays to everybody. Salute y'all. Everybody stay safe. Spend time with your families. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that great stuff. I mean, we still got more times. I'll be making more videos throughout the week and everything, but just want to get that out there. Hey, thank you for the love and support y'all been giving me. It's been a little time I've been on here now, man, and y'all know I'm not hungry and thirsty and shit. I do this shit from the heart. And, you know, I just want to salute all of y'all, man, and you know, everybody stay safe. And I will be getting back with you guys ASAP. You know, and hey, you know, next video I'll put out, even this one, y'all can, you know, hey, what y'all doing for our holidays? Talk to me. Let me know what y'all got going on. Y'all traveling? Y'all staying home? What y'all doing? What movies y'all watching? What y'all got going on for the Super Bowl? Who y'all think will win the Super Bowl? Talk to me, y'all. You know, I know I don't do lives because I don't want to start something that I can't do consistently. I have a lot of shit to do, y'all. A lot. So when I make time to do these videos, I do. You know, and sometimes y'all see me. I'm on the road. I'm you know, but I do this for y'all. So at the end of the day, and remember, like I said, I don't make money off of this channel. I should and I could, but I just do this. So, you know, I'm doing this for y'all. I don't have to do this shit, but I do it. I like to do it. And a lot of times people make it hard to do. The idiots that just don't understand common sense. A lot of these lying ass fighters and trainers and all the corruption and all, but fuck them. You know. So anyway, talk to me. Let me know what y'all doing. You know, and like I said, I'll be making other videos real soon. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings out the people. I will catch y'all on the next one. Happy holidays. Love from Aries to all of y'all. Out.